Sweet. We are live. All right, let's get this situated. Let me know if you guys can hear me for those who are in here. And for those who are in here and watching the replay, I am not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. This is strictly for educational purposes only. So do your due diligence before you engage in trading. It is risky. All right, let's bring this up. All right, we have our long trigger here. Short trigger is there. For those who are in here, let me know if you can hear me and if you can see my screen. All right, Tesla is near the actually it's triggered short pre-market. We'll see what Tesla wants to do today. Let's see what Nvidia is doing. Move this over. All right, Nvidia is still trading inside on the 4-hour. I'll probably trade that today. I don't want to remove my drawings. I want to remove this. For those that are here and can hear me, type in the chat, yes, I can hear, or yes, I can see the screen, or just yes for both. Either one is fine. Sweet. Morning. Hope both of you and whoever else is in here slept well. I didn't sleep too well, but we're alive and we're here. Anything you guys are looking at for today? Any specific tickers? Also, something to note, by the time you hear me say things, YouTube is a little delayed, so you might get like 2 to 3 seconds, 2 to 5 second delay, just to keep that in mind. And as always, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys hit the like or the thumbs up button for this video. We got 5 people in here and only 1 like. Also, I'm not going to be on live too long today. I have a session with a student in 40 minutes, so at 10 a.m. Eastern. So I'll hang out with you guys probably like 3 to 5 minutes before my session with my student. And then because I want to do this longer with you guys, I'll have one of these live sessions next week, probably towards the end of the week, since I'll be a little busy in that first half and still be traveling around. How are you trading? New here, but I have seen the strat videos from you. What do you mean exactly, Benjamin, in the sense of how am I trading? Do you mean what I'm going to trade today? Strategy? Well, the strategy that I use is the strat. So all I'm going to be looking for my initial entry is for I'm probably going to trade Nvidia today over Tesla. We'll see how Tesla opens, and then Tesla already it's already gapping down from my entry, so I guess I'll look for a TTO. But all I'm looking for as my initial entry is a 4 hour trigger. And if I miss that, then I'll go on the 5 minute or 15 minute and look for a TTO. That's pretty much all I'm doing. And that's pretty much all I do for the most part. There are some other setups in trade models that I look for, but generally, just keep it simple. You don't want to overcomplicate trading. How long have you been trading for, Benjamin? 6 years unprofitable? Well, I'm glad you came here because the strat is going to get you right. This is what you're going to do. What do you trade? Futures, options, stock, forex, crypto futures? Futures? All right, this is what you're going to do. Actually, since I can't give you advice, I'll tell you what I would do. I would go to the YM chart, well, in this case, the MYM chart, and I would paper trade for at least 2 weeks to get comfortable. I would go to the 4 hour time frame, regular trading hours. As soon as the candle triggers either short or long off the 4 hour candle, the new one that prints at New York Open, I will set a 50-point stop loss and a 50-point take profit. And paper trade that for 2 weeks and let me know how that works for you. Specifically, paper trade it. I wouldn't trade it live until you get comfortable. And if you miss the 4 hour entry, if it gaps up or down, look for a TTO on the 5 or 15 minutes and give me your results with that. I've been working with a new student for a month. Him and I trade similarly, where I get in on the initial break of the 4 hour. He gets in on the retest of the 4 hour, and he has made a good amount of money. As far as I know, I think he maybe had like 2 red days in the last month, if that, trading like that, the way we spoke about and we planned out for him. So I would do that with YM. Keep me updated on your progress, and we'll go from there. You know what's funny? We got 5 minutes. I don't talk too much when the market is open as a heads up for you guys. And I try to focus, which is why I usually don't do lives because I'll talk a lot, as you guys know, if you let me. So when it comes to the too simple to be true, I'm not sure if you watched the video that I put out like 2, 3 days ago about how long it takes to become a profitable trader when it comes to limiting beliefs. I think there's like a culture that hopefully I can. I'm not really aiming for this. Maybe that happens indirectly or as a byproduct. But I find that a lot of people have the notion that you need to, like, it takes 2 years to be profitable, or 3 years, or 4 years, or 5 years. In my opinion, I believe that is incorrect if you have proper guidance. And again, I am only speaking from my experience. I will follow up in a year from now with more information. But I took my cousin. He knew zero about trading, absolutely nothing about the markets. And in 3 months, he's trading live and he's doing fantastic. 3 months, profitable. My other student that I just mentioned, granted, he's been trading for 2 years, so he has that basic foundation of information. 1 month, actually, 1 week of us working together, he's been doing great. Granted, it's been a month now. He's been doing absolutely fantastic, phenomenal. 1 month. For me personally, it took me 2.5 years because I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have proper guidance in the beginning of my trading career. So it took me 2.5 years to get to be profitable. And what I do, I take the 4 years and a half that I've been trading and I super simplify it for you guys. Because honestly, trading isn't difficult in the strategy sense. I'm going to be specific. Trading is not difficult in the strategy sense. The hard part of trading is the psychology part and the discipline. That's the hardest part of trading. Because what I just told you, Benjamin, the 4 hour and the 5 minute and 15 minute, that's literally all I do. 4 hour entry. If I miss that, 5 minute and a TTO, or 15 minute and then look for a TTO. That's all I do. You don't need to make trading hard. The challenging part is getting in when you say you're going to get in, or getting out when you say you're going to get out. Of course, there are other setups that I take, but those are my bread and butters that I literally just gave you. So, all that to say, when it's like too simple to be true, well, I want to just circle back on that. I had another student last year. I taught him futures, and within 2 months, he was doing great. And he's been a rock star for the last year that we've been working together. Well, granted, we only really worked together for like 2 or 3 months, but we still talk a lot. And he's doing great. He's a lone wolf now. I've taught him well. And even for him, he thought that too. He's like, it can't be that easy. But I'm like, it is that easy once you know what you're doing strategy wise. And I remember he was talking to his friend who traded for like 10 years. And he's like, "Oh, it can't be that simple. You can't be profitable doing that." But I'm like, the proof is in the pudding. He's profitable with what I told him to do. So, you know. And again, not being egotistical or like I'm the greatest teacher of all time. All I'm saying is that from my experiences, you can be profitable in less than a year with proper guidance. I would even argue less than 6 months with proper guidance. The challenging part that I found in students that I've taught, if they have like a prior trauma when it comes to trading, like taking big losses, things like that, it's a little challenging sometimes to get them to get on board with the program. But some people who don't have any experiences are easiest for me to train because I can mold them from the start the proper way. Cool. Market's open. All right, let's see. So Tesla's already gapping down and hitting targets. So I'm just gonna look for a TTO since we already gapped down. So I'll switch to the 5 minute, and now we just wait. We'll see what happens. Actually, let me mark off the 3 up trigger in case it triggers up, because we can take that long as well. What's that? 23345, 23345, and then we'll set an alert here just so I know if it's gonna go towards that direction or not. All right, now we wait. Welcome to real and professional trading, everybody. Sitting and waiting and doing absolutely nothing until your trades get triggered in. Nice W on YM 1 hour chart. Nice. Is MACD helpful? Zerion, I would say yes. There are many things that are helpful. I just personally don't use it. So literally how you see my charts, this is how I trade. I don't use volume. The only indicator that I guess I would use is the strat numbers on the chart, just because I like to see the numbers. The ATR indicator, and broader informations, which is support and resistance for strat users. That's basically all I do. Is MACD helpful? It can be. I just personally don't care for it because it's a delayed indicator, or it's delayed information, in the sense of the strat is going to tell me exactly when to get in way before the MACD does, or whatever confluences you use with that. NVIDIA triggered long? All right, I'm long NVIDIA 1 contract. That's 34. All right, first target is there. My stop loss is going to be, let's see, delta's 39. I'll take that. I'll use this as my stop loss. What did I get this on the correct account? I believe I did. 68. That'll be about almost $2, which is fine. 40? Not bad. Now we wait and see what happens. It's either going to be a winning trade or a losing trade. Let's see what the market wants for us today. Let's do 68. Hey, Leo, good morning. I didn't see you in here. Sweet. So, as we patiently wait to see what happens, as I was saying earlier, with the limiting beliefs thing, when it comes to like seems too simple to be true, one of the points that I was making in that video, for those who haven't seen it, how long it takes to be a profitable trader, I'll probably link it and like the end screen for this video when it uploads. But essentially, we have a reversal off of broadening information here, off a shooter candle. Let's see. I'll take this. That stop loss is pretty wide though. I'll size down for this trade. One thing to note is YM has been very, very volatile in the sense of like one candle could be like 80 points as we have here for like even a 5 minute, which is crazy. So I've been using MYM to scale out instead of using 2YM as usual, because those stop losses or the stop losses or the ranges of the candles can be very hurtful. Hold on, let me wait until this candle closes and then I'll continue talking. It's what, 218, 217. Closed green. I would prefer it to close red. If this trigger's short, my first target is this body of this candle here, and then this broadening formation down here. My stop loss is around 41267. The stop loss is a little wider than I would like on these types of setups. So, make it according to what works for you. I'll actually move it up to 57, so it'll be 40 points.
Stop filled.
All right. Stop is at 41257. First target 41180. Let's see which one hits first. Keep in mind, this trade is a little risky because we are still trading inside on the 4-hour. I would preferably want to get a direction before I trade within an inside bar. So this is a little riskier than I would prefer. But nonetheless, it's a setup. We'll see how it pans out. Oh yeah, so I was mentioning, with the limiting beliefs, one of the best things that's happened to me when I started trading is the people that I surrounded myself with, in the sense of
order filled.
All right, we hit that target at 4180, got 30 points. Actually, no, I got about 37 points out of that trade. Good stuff. Reversal off of broadening formation. Love them. So one of the best things that's happened to me personally as a trader is the people that I surrounded myself with, in the sense of, oh, hold on, NVIDIA's about to trigger. Let me get ready to get out of this. $0.14 more cents. That's all you got to give me, people. 10 more cents. All right, NVIDIA, first target hit. Sweet. About 18-20% on that contract. Very nice. All right, so moving on. So one of the greatest things that helped me in my trading career is surrounding myself with people who were very uplifting and wanted me to do better, in the sense of outside of my life coach, which helped me a lot to get my life in order. I'm just going to speak over my trading mentors that by chance I met. So I was really blessed to have met them. My strat mentors that taught me the strat about 2.5 years ago. So like my first ever mentor, he always told me like 20-30% is like the holy grail of returns, right? And granted, we were trading regular stock and like penny stocks, so 20-30% could be a good amount. However, when I joined my mentors group where I learned the strat from, they were like 30% is like 100% or more is the normal here. Not to say that every trade will give you 100%, but on average, a 50% to 100% trade is not out of the ordinary. You can get multiple of those daily, or not daily, but on a weekly basis. So they gave me a new standard that opened my eyes to what can potentially come from trading. Because like how you mentioned, Benjamin, this seems either too simple to be true or too easy to be true, or whatever it may be, right? And I'm like, there's no way you're making 50, 100% on average. And it's like, yes, we are. And then once I learned the strat and I started getting more into it, I was like, whoa, like that's it. I just have to do this and that. And yeah, it's really that simple. And not only that, being around those type of people who had that type of mentality. Hey, Ten Man. Um, so having being around people with the type of mentality that will propel you further with proper guidance was a big game changer for me. Because one thing I've noticed, if any of you here are from Reddit, you'll know that the community on Reddit or on the trading communities online can be a little. I don't want to use the word toxic because that to me that wouldn't be fair to use that word. To me, I would just use the word maybe misguided, right? So for me, it would be more so that they just may have had poor experiences, which is fair. I get it. But to me, it will be more so in the sense of like they're misguided in the sense of like you'll see it all the time. And there's the second target being hit at the broadening formation. Very nice. But I got out on the original entry on target one. So the problem that I see going back to the Reddit thing is that a lot of people on Reddit, in my opinion, again, my opinion only, this is what I believe. It's an echo chamber on some Reddit groups. Hey, good stuff, Leo. Great job. So the problem is like they're misguided, and it because everybody's getting like the same feedback and the same voice, like, yeah, you can't be profitable in a year or this and this and that. And then when I come along and I post, I made a post on the futures trading channel or subreddit on the TTO setup, exactly the way I take it and exactly what to look for. And some guys like, this is stupid or this is silly. I'm like, it's wild to me that instead of looking at it with open eyes, in the sense of, this is something new. Let me try it. Let me test it out. Let me do this. Let me do that. Instead, they immediately fight against it. I remember I got banned off of the day trading subreddit. I put a post, I think last year or 2 years ago, where I took a PayPal trade. It was a swing trade off a broadening formation, off a higher time frame, and it was off a hammer. I probably have it somewhere in my journal. Yeah, Leo, definitely haters. So I posted the trade. I think it returned like 500% or 600%, something crazy like that. The contracts went from like, I think like 150 to 250 to like 1,000 something. Good morning, Real. Glad to have you here. And they were like, and people in the chats were like, oh, you just got lucky on that trade. Oh, this, or that, X, Y, and Z. This is just a one-time thing. I'm like, dude, like, instead of like fighting against it, why don't you learn from it, right? And what I love is the people who actually messaged me on the side. They were like, hey, can you give me more information on why you took that trade, or what strategy this is? I'm like, hey, sure, here's some strat material that I learned, go over it. This is exactly what I did, exactly what I looked for. Some of them asked me to join my group, which was free at the time to join in, and as far as I know, they're doing well. So one of my mentors always likes to use the phrase, I think it's like, don't get mad at me, get like me, which is so cool because it's like, why are you getting mad that I'm trying to help you guys improve? But again, people with those limiting beliefs that be like, oh, trading is a scam, or you're a scammer, or this and that, they just so locked into what they believe that it's like, you can't help them overall. And what I've learned is I don't really bother engaging with those people anymore, because it's like, for what? I'm not going to change your mind. I'm just here to help people who want to improve. And if you want to improve, hey, Here's what I do. Here is how I trade. And it's readily accessible on my YouTube. Literally exactly how I trade, right on my YouTube for free. Yes, I charge people if they want a one-on-one coaching session, but that's just because now I'm giving you my time on a more intimate level, where it's just me and you, not the internet. And I help you in a more direct approach with exactly what you need help with and exactly what's going on. So I kind of went off on a tangent there and kind of forgot what I was trying to get at. But ultimately, surround yourself with people who are successful and are where you want to be, and you'll do great. And stay away from the people who may be very negative, because that'll be very detrimental to your growth. I'll tell you that. Hopefully that helped in whatever way. Anyway. And even today, as we saw, we got the 4-hour trigger on NVIDIA, won that trade. And again, to be fair, this doesn't work all the time. Remember, this is not a foolproof strategy. I have red days. Perfectly normal to lose. I had 6 red days in July. I expect to lose because everything is probability based. Today, the market just went in our favor. Like for NVIDIA, it triggered up, but then it came down almost $1 from our entry. And for YM, this shooter off this broadened information, it could have easily went up, stopped me out, and then came back down. But in this case, the market was in our favor. I'm a little salty, I would say. I should have held the runner, because I got in at what, a 41216, and we're down 150 points. I would have been super done for the day after that trade. Actually, for the rest of the week, honestly, if I catch a 150-point move on YM, Benjamin, you asked, what is the risk for 50 to 100% gains? I do not risk more than 30% on every trade that I take. If the trade is going to hit me for more than 30%, I do not take it. What just triggered? IWM? Interesting. What do I have there? Oh, IWM with the beautiful bearish TTO to the downside. Nice. I have my broader information on RTY though, the futures version. Let's see if it shows it a little cleaner there. Oh man, yeah. Did you take that, Leo? The 3-2 down? So you could have taken the 3 down off this inside bar, and then the 3-2 down for the bearish TTO, which you just completed. Hey, well done. That's a winning trade, so you better take some profit. I'll tell you that. It's about 5 points on RTY. Not bad. That's $250 on one contract. Yeah, Dinky. The thing with the stock market is that when people go into it and they don't know really what they're doing, and then they lose a lot of money, they're like, oh, this is a scam. But it's like, that's the wrong approach, because even I can't make a business and then lose money in the business and say, oh, a business is, and being an entrepreneur is a scam because it didn't work for me. It's like, yeah, it didn't work for you. That means you need more guidance. So, the money is there to make it. You just have to learn properly, put in the study time. And the biggest thing is really work on your trading psychology, because I literally gave you what I do. 4-hour entry, TTO for the 5 or 15 minute if you missed a 4-hour entry. That's it. That's literally how I trade. Regular trading hours, to be very specific. Now, besides the strategy, you also want to work on your trading psychology, because if you can't control your emotions and stuff like that, then you're going to have a hard time. Because I know people to this day who traded the strat when I started 2 years ago, and and as far as I know, they're not profitable because they never worked on their psychology. They over leverage, they over trade, they revenge trade. They're not good losers. So keep all that to keep in mind. Yeah, Benjamin, if you go on my channel, if you go to, for those who don't know, or for those who may be new here to my channel, yeah, Benjamin, a TTO is a pullback, a retracement, or a dead cat bounce for a bearish one. Would you call SPY and QQQ 5-minute TTOs right now? Let's find out. Let's go to SPY first. Yes, this is a TTO forming on SPY right now. We get the push up, we get the pullback, and we'll take the first reversal candle to the upside. I have about 3 more minutes with you guys, and then I gotta hop off I have a session with a student in 4 minutes. So I'll stay here for 2-3 more minutes, then I gotta hop off. Let me know how the TTO plays out if it does reverse to the upside. Yeah, good eye, Dinky. You're doing great. Yeah, so for those who may be new to my channel, all the strat material, if you go to playlists and then you go to the strat, everything about the strat is in there. And then I have like playbook setups. Those are some of my other setups that I take besides like what I just mentioned to you guys today. I have a section on trading psychology, which is what I mainly focus on because I was never taught that. So I like to do what I can to teach you guys that because that's very important. Let's see, what else? Trader Circle, I have a free group coaching class every single month for every second Sunday that you guys are welcome to join, where you can ask me anything you want. The trade recap series is what we do every Fridays. The Let's Learn series is other Discord groups that I support. I teach their members, and then I just have the recordings in here. And then the trainings and walkthrough is like how to use certain platforms, different things like that. So I try to organize everything as best as I can in the channel. Rio mentioned, I've been trying to learn a few years, found you a few weeks ago, and now it's starting to click. Thanks. Hey, Rio, thank you for that. I appreciate your words, and I'm glad that my stuff is helping you out. Also, for those who are in here, we got 12 people in the group and 6 likes. If we can get those likes in the last minute that I'm here, I would greatly appreciate that. All right, so this TTO for SPY looks to have triggered, but it may be a failed TTO. We'll see. So to me, I would stop out on this TTO right under the setup candle here. That's where I will stop out. Some people might stop out over here, which is like $1 and change away. If it's within your risk tolerance, sure, you can stop out at new low of day. But I like to keep my stop losses a little tight because when a TTO triggers, it usually just goes in the direction. It doesn't really like go up and then turn into a shooter as it is now. Anyway, hope all of this was helpful. We'll have another live session next week. We'll have another live session next week because I want to be with you guys a little longer than 30 minutes. So we'll wrap up. I appreciate you guys for stopping by and enjoy your weekend. Well, I guess week. Later, y'all.